Go ahead, do your trick. Speak. Go on, speak again.
Okay, welcome.
Welcome to our podcast.
Welcome to Planet of the Films,
Planet
where we
of-
talk about film and cinema and
poopies. Sorry. We will discuss our favorite movies. Included in that might be Nacho Libre.
I'm Tim.
And
This
I'm
is my
Susanna.
associate,
Hola.
Sue. Okay,
This is very strong.
the first question. Well,
Okay.
so maybe the second.
I'm tough.
How's the coffee? Is it any good?
It's good.
It's kind of
Very solid.
okay. What was the last movie you watched?
Ooh, okay. The last movie I watched was Rogue One. I will say I slept through most of it. I've seen it before. I was very tired because I had stayed up until like 3 both nights before. So that night I was just like dead. And so at that
So you
point.
didn't actually watch it.
So I didn't actually watch it. I
Or did you
watched
actually
like the
watch?
end. Actually watch
Yeah, like, all the way
would
through.
be 2 nights before that was The Great Gatsby. We rented out a theater and dressed up in 1920s.
No.
Yes, we dressed up in beautiful 1920s outfits. I will say
Wait, like an actual theater?
Yeah, we rented out an actual
Wait,
theater.
that's cool.
Yeah, we rented out an actual theater and then we all dressed up in 1920s clothes. I almost didn't make it because the night before I was throwing up in the bushes at In-N-Out. But
That's
then
gross.
sorry to anyone who was there because I was sickly. And so we went and that was like the last movie like I fully watched, but I didn't like it actually. So
Okay. Yeah, that was the
so
next
sorry
question.
to say.
Why? Wait, which one?
It was
There's probably like a million of these.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
like recent.
That one. Yeah.
More recent.
I don't remember when it was made. But that one, I didn't love it because I didn't like feel super connected to the characters. We were like 5 minutes late. I don't know if I don't think that had anything to do with it though.
Could be...
But I didn't feel very connected to any of the characters. And so then once it was like, if you've seen it, it's like his whole kind of
I
like,
haven't.
okay.
Don't spoil it.
Okay, I won't spoil
I
it.
literally have it. And
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna watch it.
But
like,
it's
tomorrow.
about Gatsby and then this lady, and you're just like don't feel super connected to either one of them. I thought the lady was really annoying, and so I'm like, why do you care about her? But like it was a well done movie. It was well done. The actors were great, and the costumes and everything was really well done. But I thought the story just like it didn't capture me.
Is it like about?
It's
the Great
about
Depression? Like what's it about?
No,
Or like
it's
the Roaring '20s.
Yeah, I think it's in the Roaring '20s, and it's about like this kind of rich guy who throws these crazy parties, and everyone's like, "Who is he?" And then you kind of find out who he is, kind of.
Kind of.
Yeah, but I mean, the book. I've never read the book, so I won't. If I had maybe read the book, the movie might be more interesting.
Interesting.
So, it's kind of
That's kind of a
story.
bummer.
Yeah.
Okay, what about Rogue One? I
Rogue
feel like
One-
Rogue One is either you love it or you hate it.
Yeah. Well, so many people. There's like the huge hot take of like Rogue One is the best Star Wars movie.
Yeah, I feel like that.
And some people feel that way. I think Revenge of the Sith is the best Star Wars movie.
Is that the third one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you're crazy, you would
It's
think one of
okay.
the last ones is the best. But it's like,
Like the new.
yeah, like the new
Yeah.
ones.
I feel like Rogue One actually has like some intrigue. Or
It
like all the
does.
other ones are like random, like space drama.
Well, while we were while
Did
on
you
set of
make
Rogue
it?
One, while I was there,
Wow.
no, while we were watching it, we were noticing how like just I should know my terms better, but like the filming of it, like just
Yeah.
it looked better than the other
Yeah.
movies. You know, it didn't have like the weird like cuts,
Yeah.
like the like wee, you know, it
oh
was
yeah,
like
like the Star Wars
visually,
transitions.
yeah, like the Star Wars classic. It was more of like, it gave more of like a Lord of the Rings or like I don't know, one of those types of movies, like vibes as far as like
Fantasy.
the filming, you know, like the shots that you were seeing.
You feel like it's higher quality.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that, it felt more like just
Yeah, that's
more of
kind of true,
a
actually.
movie, not like Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
But that's kind of why
I
people
could
like
see
it.
that. I just think there's like it develops like really interesting concepts. Like you okay?
I'm fine.
Like the one guy who isn't force sensitive or whatever the word is. He doesn't like
The
have
main
the
guy?
force. No, he's like one of the side characters.
Oh wait, the blind guy?
Mhm.
And he's like,
And he-
"Oh, the
yes,
force, the
yeah.
force."
And he
yeah.
like kind of develops
He's
the
got
force.
force vibes.
Yeah. And like that's kind of interesting
actually?
because like all of the other ones, it's like either you're born with it or
you like have
or
it force, you don't have it force. He
but like this guy kind of like develops it.
I wonder what his story was. He probably had like maybe he had a long lost midi-chlorian.
No, I feel like he was just a plain
he was
a
like
normal
had
guy.
no
He was
force
just, like,
abilities and he like manifested the force.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I feel it.
I don't know how it works.
I don't know.
Okay.
That was good. And then my favorite scene from that one is the eclipse when it's like they're like hovering over and they're
I totally
gonna,
was
like,
probably
demonstrate it.
sleeping.
You haven't seen that?
No, I have.
Where it
I
like
can't
goes
remember.
like
Who the Death Star
like goes over the
Oh.
sun and it like eclipses
Wait.
right before they like launch the laser.
Is that like what all the people when the eclipse was happening? Is that the clip that they like
Probably.
used? Because people were
yeah,
posting
yeah.
that and I was like, haha, didn't know
Yes.
it's from that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rogue One. You probably fell asleep.
Yeah, I was totally sleeping.
That's it.
It's good. I like the ending.
Yeah. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. It's like I'm a sucker for those kind of endings. Another movie also, I'm talking too vague, but movies where like some characters die.
Oh.
It's been out for
what's
like 10
another?
years. Well, I can't say.
Oh, okay.
I can't tell you. I can tell them.
What? Oh, you can't tell me?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's a secret.
Is it Gatsby?
Maybe it might be that movie.
I knew it.
So, also, I love those kinds of endings. Or like A Tale of Two Cities. It's like,
Oh.
It's-
I haven't seen
okay, well, you gotta
read
see
it.
it. You gotta watch
I
it.
should.
There's like an ancient movie, but the book is good. And I like how it's like endings where that's like when, what movie is this? Harry Potter. I
Whoa.
think, am I allowed to talk about how things end? People have seen Harry Potter. Okay, Harry Potter.
No, well, okay, actually, that's a
different
topic
story.
of
Okay,
debate
okay. Oh, what?
amongst me.
Amongst you?
Amongst me.
Oh my gosh, you're
Okay.
debating yourself.
People are like, oh, whatever, The Godfather's been out for 1,000,000 years. Like, you
Oh,
should have
yeah,
already
yeah,
seen
yeah.
it. And it's like, well, I wasn't around when it came out.
Okay, this is true.
So I should have, like, there should be, like, grace for spoilers for older movies.
It's true.
Because why should all the old movies be spoiled
Yeah.
when they're, like, some of the best?
I think you should be able to spoil them because they have been out for a while, but have a warning. You know?
Oh, it's
Like if I'm about to spoil something, I can go, spoiler warning, and then spoil it. You know? But like I agree, because it's like if you're
That's
reading
fair.
an old book for the first time, you know, like Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter or something, and people like even though it's been out for a while, like you don't tell that person. I totally spoiled a huge thing in Harry Potter to my friend the other day.
That's so rude.
I didn't know I thought he had read them and seen them.
Dang.
So it was sad. But like that's the type of thing, like you don't usually go spoiling it. So
Okay, what's the worst spoiler you ever got? Oh, wait, I'm interrupting.
Wait.
Next question.
Wait.
Okay, I'll write it down.
Wait, can I tell my story though?
Yeah.
I forgot what my story was. It had to do with Harry Potter. Okay, spoiler
Oh,
alert.
yeah.
Harry Potter, spoiler alert. I think Harry Potter should have stayed dead.
I
just
Why?
Because I think that would have been a very like interesting. I don't know how they would have ended it. I don't know if that's like. I don't know how it would have
He
ended.
should have stayed dead.
But I think it would have. It
then
almost
he
is
wouldn't be the
like.
boy that lived.
I know, but it almost feels like he kind of like how did you like you got out of this twice, you know? Like it's like it doesn't. I feel like his death wasn't very impactful because he got to come back. You know, it's like who else is gonna die and just come back? You know, like
Jesus.
there was yeah, exactly. Obviously, he spoiler alert.
It's 2,000 years old. You should have
You
read it.
should know this
You
by
should already
now.
know.
But The Chosen hasn't done it yet, so you know.
Oh,
Spoiler for The Chosen. Yeah. So that was the end of my story.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
It would be interesting to hear other people's opinions on that.
I haven't heard anyone agree with me.
I feel like it would make sense because it would make it more meaningful.
Yeah.
But then it would be like kill off the books. Like the book is
yeah,
named
no,
after
I
him and
know.
kill him off
You
in the
usually
last.
don't kill off the main character,
Yeah.
like the main.
Yeah.
Obviously, some very main characters, but yeah, I feel like. But that was a thing where I was like, oh, I like a good solid like death at the end of a movie. Like I think it's
Good solid.
you know there it's
sacrifice.
like oh that hurt, but
Yeah.
like it's kind of like had to happen, you know.
Okay. End of spoiler.
End of spoiler of Harry Potter.
Of Harry Potter. Now let's spoil something else.
Yes.
What's the worst movie you had spoiled?
Oh, okay. So I did have Lord of the Rings spoiled.
No.
By my own one and only brother-in-law. Not one and only, but like my brother-in-law. And he spoiled it for me. And I also had...
Dang.
I had Star Wars spoiled for me by a friend. She was talking. I hadn't seen.
Bruh.
You know, I didn't grow up watching Star Wars, and so I didn't know that Luke and Leia were siblings.
Oh, you
And
should
so-
have. It's from the 70s.
Oh
you
my
should
gosh!
have already watched
Well,
it.
everybody knows that.
Everybody knows that.
And so I didn't know that, and she was like, "Oh yeah, like it's so funny that they're siblings," because she was talking about how like they kiss or whatever, and I was like. I didn't know that, so that was a big one.
I think that one even surprised George Lucas.
The kiss
That was
or the siblings?
The siblings.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was
So I
kind of
feel
a
like I
surprise
have
to him,
read
too.
that, which is like surprising that it like worked out so well because I feel like a lot of things were like
It was
a
really
little
cringy.
jank.
Yeah. Have you ever read his biography?
No,
You should. It's really good.
I read something about Darth Plagueis.
It's probably fan fiction.
Yeah, it was really interesting. I had spoiled. Lord of the Rings was Strider. I had that spoiled. I didn't know that he was Aragorn.
Well, you can't keep spoiling.
Sorry.
Just say what it is without spoiling it.
I have to.
Oh, okay. It's
Spoiler. Sorry.
This is all spoiler
I'm gonna
section.
like spoil everything.
Okay.
Spoil
Spoil it all.
Spoil everything. I didn't know. Wait, I spoiled it for myself. I blamed
looked it
this
up?
on my brother-in-law. I spoiled it for myself. I love to like look up the characters, so I looked up Strider, and a picture of Aragorn came up, and I knew who Aragorn was. Like I knew that Aragorn was like the main, like
Yeah.
a really good character. So it wasn't like the biggest spoiler. I can't remember.
Yeah, and like in the books, it was like
It was
very
pretty quickly.
forward.
Yeah.
With
It was pretty quick.
It's like Aragorn is also Strider.
But like
It's
at first it's a mystery because he's like up the
yeah.
um.
Well, you
there
did
was.
find that out very early.
I know. It was like a.
How
quick
did
book.
you like look it up during the movie?
No, I was reading. This is a reading. Sorry, reading. So it kind of goes together.
Gotcha.
I don't remember I think a death was spoiled for Lord of the Rings by someone.
Yeah.
I don't remember which one though.
There are a few deaths.
There are.
Talking about people that come back.
So true.
Oh,
Somebody comes back.
Comes back from the dead. The worst spoiler I had was The Village.
Oh.
Because The
wait, what
Village
happens?
is like a big surprise.
Wait. Oh, like the ending?
Yeah.
Oh.
Which is worth it. It's not worth spoiling.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it's like when you're watching it and then you get to the end, you're like,
Yeah. It's like the main surprise. Of the
yeah.
movie.
But I had like basically someone describe the whole movie to me, and I was like,
That's kind of sad.
that sounds so interesting.
Yeah.
And then you watch
But then
it, and you're
it's
like,
not.
But I guess I was not super smart. Like I get too involved in movies, and so spoilers don't work as well on me because like I'm just like invested.
Oh.
And so I don't like think about like what's coming or like trying to figure it out.
So in the
or
moment were you
something.
kind of surprised still?
Yeah.
Okay, because
Yeah.
you were like not thinking about
Yeah.
that. That's interesting.
So, but it was one of those that I kind of wish I could go back and watch
Yeah.
with a fresh brain.
Ooh, that's a good question.
Ask it.
A movie that if you could watch a movie for the first time or a show for the first time, like which movie would you go back and rewatch? Like now?
Well, I mean, I just said The Village. That would be interesting. Well, what would you pick?
Trying to think what movies I've seen. Oh gosh, they're just
Like
so
that's
many.
like a good twist. I mean, like some of the like Interstellar not so much, but like Inception's really fun to watch for the first
Oh.
time. Have you seen it?
I've seen it once.
Okay.
And I think like my brain. I don't know if it's like just a
Yeah,
smart
that's
person
true.
movie or like a guy movie. It's something I don't like. I've heard like you like by the sixth watch you're like
Oh.
So
yeah,
I've
it's
like
kinda
only had one watch and I was like I didn't know what was going on.
Well, I watched it and then I got to the end and then I watched it again.
That's smart, honestly. I mean, you kind of like,
Because then you have like
it's kinda
a
good,
new
yeah.
perspective,
and you know who the characters are.
Yeah.
A little bit.
and you see. I feel like that's what he does well with his movies is like you can watch them a second time and get like a whole new experience, which is really fun.
That's cool. Yeah, that's cool. Because you like
Some
catch
of them
things.
you can't,
Mm.
like mysteries. You can't, you know,
Who?
mysteries.
Oh, I was like, who's mysteries?
No, like
That's so true. Like Knives
on the
Out.
Nile,
Or,
Knives
yeah.
Out.
I haven't seen Death on the Nile. I've heard it's not as good as the first.
It's kinda-
Murder on the Orient
yeah.
Express. I really liked that.
yeah, that one.
I can't remember if I read it or watched it first. I would probably. I can't think of a movie, but like, if I could just go back and rewatch like that one, like season 4, episode 7. This is a spoiler of Stranger Things. That's actually deserves like a big thing because it hasn't been out that long. I'm spoiling Stranger Things season 4. If I could go back and like rewatch the part where you like discover who one is, like there's a specific. Yeah.
Wait, this is like the last.
Yeah, this is like the last season. Not the last season, but this is like the latest season.
Yeah.
Because for some reason that was so interesting to me not interesting, but like that one moment where I can't remember what happens, but it's like they're walking down the hallway and he's like starts using his powers because she took the chip out of his neck. Wait. Yeah. He took the chip out of his flashback of her like as a kid taking the chip out of his neck. And then you like start to like see, and then like he's like does this thing or whatever, and it's like reveals one, and you're like, and then you like realize it all, and it's just like such a good like big reveal in one moment. I remember being like shocked, and it was a really good surprise for me.
Yeah,
it's just, like, the whole
I did enjoy it. But I still think the first one is the best.
No, I agree.
It's just kind of unparalleled.
Yeah, can we rate it? Seasons of Stranger Things.
Oh. Well, 1 is 1.
1 is my favorite. We can rate 1 as number 1.
There's 4, right?
4, I would rate number 2.
I feel like 2 is underrated.
2 is underrated?
It's kind of interesting.
It is.
But it's weird.
It's random.
It's kind of like Rogue One. Like, it's like different. It's like a different perspective on an old story.
Yeah. It is, yeah.
I don't know. I would put it higher.
3 is definitely my least favorite.
Yeah, 3 is the bottom.
I think the whole thing with the rats and the exploding rats is just like...
That wasn't my vibe.
It's cool. It's a good season because Billy's in it. Everyone loves Billy.
Yeah, that's
but, like,
true.
Besides that,
that's
like,
true.
the mall was, like, I guess kind of fun. It had fun vibes. Like,
did Billy come in on season 4?
I think he was on season 2 or 3. I feel like he might have been in season 2.
I feel like he was in season 2.
And then, like, he was, like, kind of a main character, though, in season 3.
Yeah.
It's
good.
Good.
He did a really good job.
I hope they don't, like, on season 5, you know?
Yeah, they will.
Oh.
They kind of like to go like every other.
Oh no, but the last one?
Is it the last?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I'm pretty sure season 5 is the last season.
And what else are they gonna do? Like all the kids are like adults
I have
now.
questions though.
What are your questions for Stranger Things?
I'm still confused like about Papa. Like I'm still confused like a little bit on like was he a bad guy? Was he a good guy? How did he like?
Is he dead?
What
or
is he
dead
alive? For like the 20th time? What was his plan? Like maybe I'm dumb and don't know. I forgot what like. But like I can't remember exactly what his plan was. Getting all these like kids that have mind things.
Here's the weird thing, and I don't remember where I read this, but it was like kind of based on true stories. Like actually trying to do like mind control and
wait, I listened to that podcast.
Which one?
It's the one. Wait. It's the one
this
about.
Is probably where I heard it.
No, you told me about this story, and I looked up the podcast on it, and it's about the guy who is trying to like do mind control, and it's like in a random sketchy town, you know. And it has like very similar vibes to Stranger Things.
Like I don't remember. Yeah, it's like LSD, like mind control, and like the CIA.
It's yes, with like
CIA always.
This is the government. It's creepy.
Yeah. And like the 80s, like always like trying to fight the communists in like the weirdest ways.
It's very interesting.
That's kind of crazy.
A lot of things come back to like kind of true stories, you know, like it in the end, like some things you're like it was based off true stories. Like it's not like 100%. Do you think we could ever do that though?
What?
Some mind control?
Maybe. There's the guy that talked about. Oh man, no, I'm forgetting his name, but it's like the Manson murders in the CIA.
Oh wait. That's what I'm talking about, maybe.
Oh, maybe it's the
I think
same
that's
book.
totally what I'm talking about. Yes, it is.
Then I listened to the book.
Yes,
and he
this
like
is
dug
it.
like
What's
really
the book
deep.
Called?
It's like
that's the one I think I'm talking about.
It's like Manson murders in the CIA.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
It's interesting.
But he was talking about how talking about people who were in movies. Charles Manson was under mind control when he killed all the people.
That's crazy.
Maybe. Who knows?
Maybe.
Okay.
Scary.
What is your favorite or like? I feel like it's hard to pick a favorite movie because there's so many good ones.
So many.
But like, what stands out?
Okay. I have a list. Would you like me to pull up my list?
Sure.
Okay. I have a list going of all my favorite movies. They're kind of in order of like my favorite to least favorite, but I think I need to reorder them. Lord of the Rings is definitely up there. I'm gonna say Two Towers is my favorite.
Yeah.
It's definitely it's like in the middle, so it's the last one's a little too long and like dark
with
for
that?
me.
I feel like the movie of trilogies are always the best.
Except Star Wars.
Well, which
like
one?
Episode 3 is like gotta be better than Episode 2. You know, of like if you're counting them as like threes, like the 9 movies in threes.
I see.
Cut into threes, but yeah,
well,
but like Cars
they even
2 is way better than Cars 1 or 3, in my opinion.
Wow.
Finn McMissile is attractive. Okay. So Lord of the Rings is definitely up there. It's obviously like a very classic book.
Yeah.
I loved the book. I think the story is very well done and like just detailed, you know, like he has his own languages. I think a lot of like other movies or books, like I think Harry Potter took so many things from Lord of the Rings. Just like,
oh really?
Like I don't know, there's just so many, like the Horcruxes, like the necklace thing where it's like, oh, kind of like you put the necklace on, it makes you like, oh, like, you know, like feel terrible, you know, in the last.
Which
like,
one?
I think it's in the 7th movie. You know, like where they have to wear that necklace because I think this is where they're collecting the Horcruxes.
Oh.
And you put the necklace on and then
Gandalf
you
feels
like.
sick.
And then it makes you feel like kind of makes you go a little crazy or whatever.
There's only so many ways to do magic movies.
I know it is true.
Probably.
Obviously, it has its own spin, but I feel like a little suspicious.
Okay, on that, I appreciate. This is probably a hot take for people who like Lord of the Rings, but I appreciate the movies less and less the more I watch them.
Oh, it's so sad.
And the more I read the books, the more I like the books.
Oh well, that's good then.
Because they're like,
I can accept.
I feel like the books are like literary masterpieces.
They are.
And the movies are good, but they just they're action movies, which
Yeah.
I think is what his son said. Was it Christopher Tolkien?
Probably.
Was like, oh, they ruined it. Like they turned them into action movies, and it's like, oh yeah, like when you like kind of look at it like that, like oh yeah, they're fun action movies, but they don't. Yeah. I feel like they don't capture like
the
all
whole
of the work that he did to like make the world and like the language and like all of that. So I just feel like I appreciate them less and less.
I think there's still like they are good movies, but I think they didn't totally capture like probably Tolkien's like vision, you know, like behind Lord of the Rings, like all the like I would have loved. They didn't have any of the songs, you know, or like maybe in The Hobbit they had like some, but like all of like there were in Lord of the Rings and Hobbit. Yeah, there are so many songs. Like he wrote so many songs, and in the books you're kind of like
Tom Bombadil.
Tom Bombadil is a huge like part of it. Yeah, I do feel like they missed out on some of that, or like I would have loved to see like all the Houses of Healing. That was like such a missed opportunity.
Barely
like
touched on it.
They didn't show how like Aragorn has, you know, like these kind of healing powers being a king. I don't know. They did miss some. I don't know.
They got worse it's like they peaked with Two Towers and then just like got worse and worse. Yeah. It was like The Hobbit came out.
And The Hobbit,
like,
definitely was like.
And then now like Rings of Power. Like,
Rings of Powers, and then they're trying to make that Gollum movie now. Have you seen?
Okay, actually.
Do you think it'll be any good?
I'm kind of interested.
I mean, me too. I'll for sure watch it.
Andy Serkis was Gollum.
He like played Gollum again.
I don't know if he's probably yeah, but he was Gollum in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. Oh wait, and he's doing
and The Hobbit.
He's making it.
And he's making it.
Okay.
And he did.
I don't remember.
Planet of the Apes.
Oh, Planet of the Apes. What was he?
He was Caesar.
Oh, okay.
He was the main monkey.
The main monkey. Yeah.
But he did like all of the same techniques. Like
he was in Andor too.
He was. Oh yeah.
That was super random.
That was kind of fun.
I mean,
and he was in Black Panther. He's good.
Oh yeah.
But he does like a lot. His thing is like kind of like technology and like motion capture because that's what he did. And the original Lord of the Rings was early motion capture.
He was like
and then in The Hobbit he did it again.
Yeah.
And then in the the Planet of the Apes movies he was like all the monkeys were like real people and motion capture suits and like the whole cameras. That's interesting. And they like replaced them.
Gollum was so well done, you know, like especially when you see like other movies that were made at the exact same time, like the prequel Star Wars. Yeah, came out like at the same time, and that with, animation quality is crazy bad compared to Lord of the Rings, you know?
Yeah.
So it's definitely impressive.
Dobby. So Gollum, Jar Jar, and Dobby were like within a year or two of each other. And they're all full CGI characters.
That's interesting.
Which is really interesting. But Gollum, I feel like, stands out the most as being like
very
really high quality.
Yeah. That was a crazy time. Like, I don't know what it's like, 1999 to like 2003 or something. Like
there were some really
and it was specifically like 2001 or something. Like some very like there's like I looked it up. There's like some very big movies that came out. Like I don't know, Pirates of the Caribbean or whatever. Which also I think is such a blast of a movie.
Caribbean?
No. I will say if I'm going to that, I'm going to the Caribbean.
But if I'm
watching it, it's Pirates of the Caribbean. I'm not going to the Caribbean.
Is that what they say it in the trailer?
Pirates of the
Caribbean.
Probably, it would be so awkward to say Pirates of the
Caribbean.
You know, it doesn't sound, you like Caribbean.
Okay, what else is on your list? What's your favorites?
Okay, other favorites. The Sound of Music is just like so classic to me. I feel like especially it's like for, you know, I don't know, it's just very classic. The music's great, solid story. Cinderella live action from 2015 is just such a good movie in my opinion. I'm a girl, so like I don't know if I like it more because it's like just such a sweet story, you know?
Yeah.
But I think it's like the quality is so good. I mean, all the costumes are insane. I think the story, like they kept it very true to like classic Cinderella, but also like it's, I don't know.
But no songs.
No songs, which was definitely interesting.
But she can
sing. I know.
So why didn't they?
I don't know. The live action movies, they like have done that, you know, because it's like Mulan, they took out the singing and like obviously the funny like dragon thing. Lion King, they kept the songs in Lion King and Beauty and the Beast, and The Little Mermaid, which I haven't seen.
I haven't seen The Little Mermaid. I mean the new one.
Batman Begins. I like that more than.
Oh, that's another one. The middle one is better.
Okay, that's like universally everyone likes The Dark Knight more than the other two, but like I think Batman Begins, in my opinion, is the best.
Batman Begins is pretty good.
It's just classic.
Yeah.
The Joker, like I get why he's such a great character, but like he does like kind of creep me out a little bit. Because he's supposed to, but I'm like, he's like a little. I need to watch it again. I've only actually seen it once.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, let's watch it actually.
Let's watch it right now.
Okay, bye. Okay, I don't know how many you want me to watch. I mean, say.
There's a hair on your costume.
Ew!
That is not mine. No, it's right there.
Ew!
Ew, that's your hair.
Ew, hair
My
in the
hair's not that long.
espresso. It's so gross. Elvis with Austin Butler, I think, is amazing. Such a good movie in my opinion.
Really good, but so chaotic.
Yes.
Like makes you kind of feel crazy.
I think it's so good.
Why?
I think that it's good to be chaotic because I feel like Elvis, like it fits him, you know? Like I feel like he like his, you know, like the vibe is chaotic and like just so much. Like it's just like, you know, I feel like Elvis was such a big like, you know, he's such a big person, you know? He's still like so.
He's the king.
He's still the king, you know, and he's been dead for a while.
Maybe he'll come
rest
back.
In peace.
Maybe
he's doing a comeback story.
Whoa.
I don't know. I thought it was good, and I think the whole like Elvis and those people missed a big opportunity because quickly after Elvis came out, like a year, two or whatever. Yeah, the movie came out. Sorry. Quickly after that, or not so quickly, but. Priscilla, the movie came out, which I haven't seen, but I've like read reviews and like I've talked to people who've seen it, and that movie is basically like opposite of Elvis,
like
which
not
I think
chaotic.
Yes, which I think is so interesting, and I think they could have done something cool with it, which they didn't. But it's like the Priscilla movie's very slow, like scenes are really long, and it's just I've heard people say it's really boring, but I think they could have. It would have been super interesting if they'd kept the same. Actors and stuff and like almost made a second movie but made it Priscilla this movie and almost as a contrast of seeing like here's Elvis's life and almost from his perspective like what a movie from his mind would be and then like a movie from Priscilla's mind like is just like she's just kind of in the background and like it's all like so calm and stuff. So that was a long story, but I think that could have if you think about it that way I feel like the movies are kind of interesting. I haven't seen it Priscilla but
you should watch it.
I should watch it just so I can
give us your feedback.
Like give a comparison.
Yeah.
But
that would be interesting. like double perspective.
Yeah.
And then one from his manager's perspective.
Ooh, yeah, and then one from like his bass player. I don't know if he had one of those. But I think it would have been.
That would have been
interesting.
interesting.
To see that. But it's good. But he made The Great Gatsby guy, or no, whatever. What is it? Buzz Luhrmann. Whatever. Don't remember his last name. The guy who made.
He made Elvis.
Baz. Sorry, Baz. Baz Luhrmann or something. He made Elvis and The Great Gatsby, and it did have some of those vibes of like, this is like old time, like 1920s, and we're having a party, and then here comes in like random Lana Del Rey song, and it's like modern song.
Oh, that's kind of random.
And I feel like that's a little bit how Elvis was, but it fit with Elvis because he's a musician and his music's wild. But it's kind of like true. He does things like that, which I think is
felt like that was because Elvis, like, he was like taking from other artists and like pushing it forward. It was kind of interesting that they had like modern music that it was like almost like full circle, like the music that he influenced, and then they put it.
And now it's coming back around. Yeah,
that's kind of cool.
It's actually cool. Go with them.
Wow.
Oh,
so
I'm
cool.
looking into the distance.
Elvis.
And I have many more, but I'll finish it off. Okay. Revenge of the Sith, I think, is great. We've discussed that, though.
No.
The Scarlet Pimpernel is an underrated movie.
Oh, okay. I like this.
It's old. It's very old, and like it's not super well done as far as like, it's just like, basic old time movies filming. But Ian McKellen is in it, which is super interesting, who plays Gandalf, but he's really young, and so it's interesting. But the story, The Scarlet Pimpernel, is like one of my favorite stories ever. And I can't spoil everything, but it's like, the main vibe
I'm
for
really
like
bad at watching like reading classics.
Yeah, it's like one classic where it's actually super interesting, and it's because it's kind of a mystery. Oh, it's so good. Wait, I have to give you
without spoiling it, like give like a little bit.
Okay, I have to give you
like
a little bit, and I might spoil a tiny bit, but like it's so good.
Okay.
It's about this guy who is really rich, but
he throws parties.
Yeah, pretty much. But it's during the French Revolution, and so he's trying to save people from, they're getting their heads chopped off constantly, and he's trying to save people because it's like, yeah, exactly, same idea. So he is super rich, but he plays like in his rich life around all his friends. He does like host parties and stuff, and he plays like this really dumb rich guy, like stupid rich guy.
Wait,
what?
I know this story. I know where this is going.
Oh, is there like another movie based off this or something?
Like Batman.
Oh yeah. Yes, exactly.
Wait,
is
it based off of that? Not is Batman based off of it?
I mean, it might be inspired by it but then like in his real life, it's like in his in his real self, he's actually like on the sidelines like saving these people undercover, and it is kind of Batman.
What?
But it's like he's like one of the best guys you will ever know. Like he's actually so amazing. And he's saving these people, but then, it's so good.
Don't spoil it.
No, I have to say this part.
No, don't do it.
Okay, it gets involved with this lady. I have to say it.
Oh my gosh.
No, I won't say it. We'll watch it, and it's so good.
Okay,
this part where like this girl gets involved, and it's like she thinks he's someone, and then it's like it's chaotic, but it's. Lastly, shout out to Nacho Libre. That's my last favorite movie I'll talk about. Literally, gotta be the funny. Nacho. Gotta be one of the funniest movies made. If you're into that kind of humor.
I think it's really funny too, but why do you think it's funny?
It's very quotable.
Just, like, quotable.
Insanely quotable.
Yeah.
You can literally like almost every line in the movie is almost every line in the movie is quotable. Obviously, they chose like funny actors. Like they did a good job in that realm.
Good.
It's well like made, like it's the shots are interesting, and it's like kind of funny. Like just like the costumes and stuff. I think it's really good. So, okay, your top movies though.
Oh man, mine. I mean, what comes to mind really quickly is like Christopher Nolan movies because they're just so interesting. Mm-hmm. It's like hard to beat.
Very well done.
Have you seen The Prestige?
No.
That one's really good.
When did that come out?
That was one of his earlier.
That was an old movie.
Yeah.
I totally have heard of it. I feel like I
don't know what year.
But it was like it was before I don't know, Inception.
It was it was before Inception, Interstellar.
That was such a slay move to get him to make the Batman movies. Yeah, like such a good.
But it kind of messed everything up. I feel like because he was making these killer movies. Marvel was doing their cinematic universe, and like probably ended up making way more money doing that. Yeah. But his doesn't really fit anywhere in like the DC universe, which ended up not being anything anyways. Yeah. It's a big nothing burger. But I feel like his movies are good. Like
they're so good.
They're interesting, and like you watch it and you're like, oh my gosh, like that's so cool.
At least like a lot to think about.
It's like, I want to go watch it again. And then you do and you're like, oh my gosh, I realized everything.
But also like, I mean, I'm on the borderline of like, there's, you know, like, making it confusing and interesting enough where you're like, oh, I have to watch it again. But like, also intriguing enough where you want to watch it again. Where you're just like, yeah, like I'm almost like with Inception, that was almost for me like, do I want to try and watch that again? Because I'm so confused. But I'm also like not as much of like a deep thinker in those ways. So like it's, I don't know. But I feel like obviously his movies are so popular. Like I think he nailed it. But it's a hard balance.
Prestige would probably bake your noodle if that's how you feel.
Yeah.
Like, whoa.
Because what's the just like general like. You know,
it's
this one's
about
like,
like a magic duel. So these two magicians in the 1800s, I don't remember, 1850s, 60s or something. And I think it's in like London. But they're like these two magicians and they're like the best. And so they like over time they like keep doing like these elaborate magic tricks. Mm-hmm. And then like, oh my gosh.
Oh my God, big rat.
Go to your kennel. Go. Right now.
You're not a part of this film.
He literally did it.
He's so cute.
Go on, go. Yeah, I mean, he's adorable.
He's a small rat.
He's not. He's not supposed to be. Okay, so the Prestige is like
the magicians.
It's like two magicians, and they're like having these duels, and they each like keep upping their game, and so like one does a magic trick, and the other one's like, how did he do that? So then he figures it out. It's literally coming on this side now.
Hey, let's go to your kennel.
Maybe he thinks we're calling him. But so then the other one's like, oh, how did he do that? So they like keep upping it, and it just like follows that story until the very end when there's like all these twists and turns, and then you realize like how they're doing their tricks, and like it like calls back to like some of the things that happened at the very beginning and like all this stuff. So it's interesting, and it has like all of the usual like twists and turns that you would expect from Nolan. I felt like that was really.
Wait, does it have any of like the actors like? Because you know he like always uses kind of the same. Actors.
Who would be in the same one? Michael Caine. Yeah, it has Christian Bale.
No way.
Yeah. And it has
Leonardo.
Nope.
Cillian Murphy.
Nope. Dang, whoa, well, how's my brain farting?
How is it?
Totally.
What kind of man?
Greatest Showman.
Oh, Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman, yeah.
I love Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, he's the one magician, and then Christian Bale's the other magician.
Wait, that's such a sleigh.
Yeah, it's kind of.
Dang, I need to see that.
And Scarlett Johansson.
No.
Yeah.
That's a
she's
great
like
cast.
The showgirl.
Wow. Have you seen Les Mis?
Which one?
Like Hugh Jackman.
No.
Oh,
wait, have I?
You need to see that. It's so good.
The singing one?
It's completely singing.
With what? With
Anne Hathaway.
Anne Hathaway and
Hugh Jackman.
I want to say Robert Downey Jr., but that's not right.
I mean, close, kind of close.
Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe, yeah, definitely different people.
And he can't sing. Yeah.
He's kind of just like an old dude, you know, but very well done. Very interesting. It's like 2 words are spoken. It's actually
because it's actually all
singing, which is so interesting, and it's live. All of the
singing.
Wait,
what?
And
they actually
Amanda
were singing?
Seyfried.
No, she's in it?
Yes, Mamma Mia.
What is she?
Cosette. she's Cosette. She's like the main little girl. And Hathaway's daughter in the movie.
How long ago was this?
But she's not a little girl in the movie.
Oh,
It was made like not that long ago.
Okay.
But it's so well done. Yeah. It has a lot of great actors, but it's all live singing, like on set.
That's actually very interesting.
Which is very impressive.
That's very cool.
So that's why they got, people who could like really sing.
Really sing, yeah.
And mostly.
Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again was the last movie I watched.
Was it? Okay. Yeah. Rate which one's better?
I feel like it's hard.
Are they like totally different?
No, but no. I feel like the first one's better.
Ooh, okay, that's what people say.
But not really. Like they really like the second one.
But they really like the second one. I've heard mixed reviews from 2 people who watched around the same time. One was like, second one's better, first one's better. I've only seen the first one. Hard. So I don't know.
So the second one kind of follows her mom's story.
Yeah.
So it goes
like
back
her
in time.
As a young girl.
Kind of like everything you already know.
Yeah.
But like, I think, well, okay, so what's interesting
you get to know
about
her
that
probably
one,
more.
Yeah, you get to know her
Donna.
mom. I don't know their names.
Donna's the older. Donna's the mom.
Is
And Sophie's the daughter.
Okay, I thought she was Mia. I thought it was crazy. Mama and Mia.
No, that's insane. Like, actually, that's so funny. I mean, it makes sense.
I don't know why.
You can make it work.
I was just like, what is her name?
Like,
it's got to be Mia. Because it's Mama and Mia.
That's awesome. I love that. So the older one is Donna.
Yes.
Mama.
So it's about Mama.
That's so funny.
And it's like you get to know like her story.
Yeah.
And then it's like.
Do you get to know Sophia at all? Do you get to know Mia at all anymore? Because I was surprised how. I think I went into the first movie thinking it was going to be about Sophie Mia. And it was actually like a lot about Donna. And she's like, the winner takes, singing Winner Takes It All, like old lady. And I was like, I didn't know this is what I was getting into.
Yeah, that's true. So that is interesting. Because it's kind of like the first one is like, Dada Mia.
Yeah, it's like.
And the second one's Mama Mia.
Aw, so sweet. And no Sophie Mia.
That's the next one.
Next one is Sophie Mia.
No, the second one, you actually get to know more about her. And it's like,
it's cool.
She's learning, she's like experiencing almost like what her mom experienced in a way. Like you start to realize that she's like actually getting to know who her mom was. But for whatever reason, it's like kind of like flipping back and forth between like her struggles and her mom's struggles.
That's interesting.
And like she's like actually like starting to understand her mom. Whereas I feel like the first one is like she was trying to understand her dad.
Yeah. Oh, that's so true.
And she never really found out like she just keeps going on calling all 3 of them her dad, but they don't actually ever say.
One's gotta be. I mean,
I feel like not Bill. It's the one that their mom actually married.
That was crazy. I did not think they were actually
spoiler.
I didn't know that I did not think she was actually gonna get married. That was so funny.
The mom?
Yeah, that was. I did was not on my radar at all. But I'm glad. I mean, I think it's Sam. Is he actually?
Yeah, I feel like that Bill is actually her mom.
Harry. Yeah.
Yeah, Bill and Harry.
Yeah.
Is actually her dad. Yes.
It just like would be so random if it was any of the other ones.
Yeah. Because then they like end up like in totally random places.
Yeah.
But then they're like sort of like just like barely in the other movies. The other movie.
Oh, okay. The dads.
Yeah. Well, you get to see them when they're younger.
Oh.
But Harry's like kind of like not in the movie at all, and it's more like about Bill and
Sam.
We got their names. I just like the songs.
Yeah, no, the songs are so good.
So it's worth a watch. It's good.
I don't know where that came from, all of that story.
That was the last movie I watched.
Oh, that's so good.
Mamma Mia, here we go again.
Here we go again.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But because I was saying the first one I think is better.
Yeah.
Because the second one's good and like Lily James is great.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't know, I just like the first one.
The first one has good vibes. It's fun.
Really good vibes. Mostly. Okay. I don't know.
That's all. That's so good.
What a first podcast.
I hope everyone's enjoyed.
They didn't.
They didn't. This coffee.
We're like working out the kinks here.
This coffee is amazing. I enjoyed all 5 sips.
You love it. What if I pour milk over it and some sugar?
It's fine.
Okay.
I'll let you drink it.
Thanks.
I got the bad one though, right?
No, they were both good.
Okay, fine.
Okay. All right, well that's a wrap. Thanks for joining us for Planet of the Apes.
Films. Sorry, that's so embarrassing. Planet of the Films.
Thanks for joining me.